Hello there. Welcome back to Soul Records Presents After the Show. I tell you all that this is the best show in the world, and you don't want to miss who I got on here today. Today I have a very special guest, Tena Riley.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Tina.
Good to see you again,
it's good to
Mr.
see you
Robert.
too. You know, I go way back with you because I've known you for a long time.
Yes.
And I know you're a great recording artist. You're a great songwriter, and you have a really, really good band called Total Package.
Yes.
But a lot of people may not know your history. I believe you started off probably in the church with your family.
Yes, absolutely.
And, I think I probably first met you when you were working with Billy Paul.
Yes, indeed.
And of course with the Gamble Huff crew, Philadelphia International Records, the
Yes.
MFSB crew. Matter of fact, you work with a lot of artists.
Yes.
You work with like Arthur Prysock. I know you work with Sarah Vaughan, Chaka Khan. Tell us some things about you and Billy Paul, particularly, because that was a great friend of mine.
Yeah. Billy Paul. I was with Billy Paul for a good 19 years of service. I recorded all the background vocals with him, Me and Mrs. Jones, War of the Gods, Am I Black Enough for You, Ebony Woman, and we just had a real good history with one another. We were like brothers and sisters. I traveled all over the world with Mr. Billy Paul, Paris, France, Rio de Janeiro, you name it, I was there. It was an honor traveling with him because he took me to countries that I've never seen before, never experienced before, and he gave me a little taste of it, and it was a pleasure. And when he passed away, it really broke my heart.
He was a good friend of mine, relative, well, I ain't gonna say relative, but he came to our family reunions all the time.
Yeah.
His wife Blanche.
Yes, Blanche.
Williams, yeah. Matter of fact, they lived on the same street in Camden, New Jersey, where I lived at.
Okay.
On Kenwood Avenue.
Yeah.
And I believe you used to perform with him at the Apollo, maybe
I
in,
sure
in
did.
Centerville and Camden.
Yes, certainly did. Yeah, I performed with him at the Apollo right there on Federal Street in Camden, New Jersey. I performed at the Apollo Theater with him in New York City, the Paramount Theater in Los Angeles, California.
Oh, then we had you also performed the Apollo one in Centerville in Camden, which was on, I think, Jackson Street.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, you perform with like Arthur Prysock and Sarah Vaughan as well?
Yeah, I performed with Arthur Prysock and Sarah Vaughan in Philadelphia, right there on the Parkway in Philadelphia, along with the MFSB band, Mother, Father, Sister, Brother. And it was a delightful festival, for all to see. I think that was a highlight of my life, to be on the same stage with Arthur Prysock and Miss Sarah Vaughan.
Because Arthur Prysock wound up recording with Philadelphia International Records, I think, in his later years. I got a funny story about when I was a young guy in New York, before we were allowed to go into Small's Paradise because we were underage. And I snuck in one time, I grabbed one of Arthur Prysock's drums. Went on upstairs with the adults. That was some years back. But I also know that, a lot of people don't know this, but, besides being a great singer and songwriter, which I will get back to, but now I know that you are a noted actress and you have been in some films just recently. My understanding is that you were in a movie that they had a premiere in Philadelphia just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the premiere was at the Landmark Ritz Theater on 2nd Street in Philadelphia, and the name of the movie was Lord Put a Ring on It, and it was produced by Lepore Productions and Dr. Tiki Collins.
Really? Now, they tell me that you've been casted for some other films as well.
Yeah, I just got cast by Mr. Benjamin Davis and a stage play called Peace of Mind.
Now, the The movie Lord put a ring on it. Now, my understanding, you was in another movie not too long ago.
Well, I was in another movie prior to Lord Put a Ring on It with Mike Lemon casting. It was called In Her Shoes with actress Carmen Diaz. And that was filmed on the Rocky Steps in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, that's amazing. So, you know, you not only are you a great singer songwriter, you're also an actress.
Yeah, and you know, the funny thing about it is I stumbled into acting. I really didn't want to do it, but my sister, who's a minister, she's also cast in the movie Lord Put a Ring on It, aka Mother Mathis. Her name is Evangelist Charmaine Watts. And she said to me, she says, you come on with me and try this role out in the movie that I'm going to be in. And I said, oh, sis, you know, I don't want to be an actress, you know. So she said, come on, just try it out, you know. So I went and I tried it out. I got a little taste of it, and I kind of liked the taste. I kind of liked it, yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. You know, with Philly National Records, I believe you're either backup singer
Yeah.
with, or you was with Mellow Moves, which was another group
Oh, yeah.
that were with Philly International Records. And, you know, you worked with Chaka Khan.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, when did you work with her?
I worked with Shaka Khan in Detroit, Michigan. I believe it was in 1989. And it's a funny thing how I met Shaka Khan. Billy Paul, we were on stage, and Billy Paul gave me a solo to sing. And all of a sudden, this lady jumps up on the stage, and she gets to singing. Well, that kind of hurt my feelings, so I walked over and I took the mic out of her hand. And I didn't know that I took the mic out of Shaka Khan's hand. So when the set was over and we went downstairs to the dressing room, Billy Paul said to me, he said, Tina, do you know what you just did? I said, what? He said, you just snatched the mic out of Shaka Khan's hand. I said, Shaka who? And it was so funny because, you know, I didn't, you know, it was my first time being in Detroit. And actually, it was my first time hearing of her and meeting her. But I was kind of, you know, insulted because she jumped up on the stage in the middle of my solo and she started singing. You know, and that kind of hurt my feelings. So I said, okay, give me my mic back. You know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, that you would take the mic out of Chaka Khan's hand.
Yeah.
But, matter of fact, we're going to finish talking about that in 1 minute. As soon as we get back from this message from our sponsors, we'll be right back with Soul Records Presents after the show with the fantastic Tina Rowley.
Today's show is sponsored by Hargrove Demolition, your demolition experts. Hargrove is a family-owned and operated business right here in the southern New Jersey area, bringing you 45 years of demolition expertise. Hargrove has all your demolition needs, from emergency demolition service to demolition equipment rental. Hargrove is one of the state-approved recycling facilities right here in the southern New Jersey area. No job is too big or too small for Hargrove Demolition. Contact them today at one of their 3 locations.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Welcome back to Soul Records Presents After the show that you don't want to miss, the most informative show that you ever come in contact with when it comes to soul music and other things surrounding the entertainment industry. Today I got on this show the great Tena Riley, and before we left, Tena, for the commercial break, you was telling us about how you had taken the mic out of Chaka Khan's hand when you guys was doing this show, I believe in Detroit with Billy Paul.
Yeah.
You know, and Chaka Khan's kind of a rough woman back in the day,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
You know, surprised she didn't want to rumble with you, but
She didn't want to mess with me. I was from the hood. Yeah. You know, like I said, you know, I was in the middle of my solo because Billy always gave each girl in the background a solo to do, and I'm in the middle of my solo and I'm just going strong, and all of a sudden Chaka Khan, this lady, steps up on the stage. I didn't know who Chaka Khan was, my first time meeting her, and before I know it, she takes the mic out of my hand, and I turned around and looked at her, and I was like, "No, you don't, Miss Thing." So I snatched the mic back out of her hand, and I started to keep performing and doing my solo. And after that, after the set was over, we goes downstairs to the dressing room, and Billy Paul says to me, he says, "Tena," he said, "did you know what you just did?" I said, "What?" He said, "You just snatched the mic out of Chaka Khan's hand." I said, "Chaka who?" I said, "With Billy. I was in the middle of my solo." I said, "And that wasn't nice." You know? He said, "But nobody snatches the mic out of Chaka Khan's hand." I said, "Well, I did."
Yeah, ain't that something?
And that was funny because, you know, right after that, her and I became very good friends. We started calling each other on the phone, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's how the whole relationship with Tena Riley and Chaka Khan happened.
That's amazing. That's really great. You know, because Keith Benson that was on the show one time, he has MFSB, which you perform with.
Yes.
And in the Stand in the Shadows of Motown documentary that him and Alan Slusky did.
Yeah.
Because they have Chaka Khan in there, you know, doing some of the songs with them in the Stand in the Shadows of Motown.
Yeah.
And speaking of Motown, you know, they tell me you did a dynamic couple shows or performances in California with Smokey Robinson.
Yes. I did a show in Oakland, California with Mr. Smokey Robinson, and I'm telling you, that was the icing on the cake. It could not gotten any better than being on the same stage with Mr. Smokey Robinson. When you are on the stage with Mr. Smokey Robinson, then you know that your career has gone to another level. And I was so happy about that. I was really excited.
Oh, that's really something, because, you know, he was one of the writers for Soul Records, which is the label that I have now. He used to be part of Motown.
Yeah.
You know, which, you know, I'm sure you and the Total Package band may get a chance. Maybe I can influence you guys to do a recording on Soul, too.
Sure,
somewhere
absolutely.
along the line, because, you know, it's a legendary label, Gladys Knight, Junior Walker, Jimmy Ruffin, and all them guys that was on there in the past.
Yes.
You know, and you have a fantastic voice, and you have a great career, you know, past and present. Because recently, some of the places that you have performed at were I believe in Philadelphia. I don't know if you were at Warm Daddies or.
I was at Treasures.
Treasure. Oh yeah, okay.
Treasures in Germantown Avenue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because matter of fact, Rick Coley, who was also the president with Soul Records with me, you know, I'm CEO and he's the president because he's worth it. He does great shows with Now That's Entertainment. Soul Records presents. We just had the Delphinus review. You know, now he's doing something where we're having a Prince tribute with Morris Day, which we have coming up at the Washington Township School in Washington Township, New Jersey. He previously had Gladys Knight there, and we expect to do some things in the new year with Fantasia and a few other groups. And he also was going to have the Manhattan recently at Treasures. I was going to have them on the show, but the show had been canceled.
Okay.
But you know, also, you know, I know naturally you perform with all the Sound of Philadelphia artists like the OJs and the Blue Notes. You know, I mean, what was it like performing with the OJs for the love of money?
Yes, that Eddie is something else. He's a funny guy. I performed with the OJs in California again. It wasn't Oakland, I think Inglewood, California. Billy Paul was performing there. Of course, where there's Billy Paul, there's Tena Riley. And we were on the show with the OJs, and I'm telling you, whew, you talking about a love train. You talking about money, money, money. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a hot show that night.
You know, and you also performed with Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Yeah. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I performed with them at the Robin Hood Dell in Philadelphia. As a matter of fact, my cousin sings with the Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Your cousin is Frankie Lee.
Frankie Lee, yes, of Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, yes.
Yeah, how about that? I was just recently with them in Atlantic City with Jimmy Lee, who's from Blue Magic, who also had Jimmy Lee's show. And matter of fact, Frankie Lee, your cousin, was there with the Blue Notes.
Yeah.
Performing at Harrah's.
Yes.
Matter of fact, the Blue Notes, you know, your cousin Jimmy Lee and the Blue Notes will be performing along with one of the Soul Records recording groups, Exclusive Soul, in Camden, New Jersey, this Saturday afternoon for a festival, which is on Haddon
Avenue. I'll be there.
Okay, great.
I will be there.
Yeah, they got
Exclusive Soul will also be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Will definitely be there. You know, they got the group dancers, Sophisticated Sisters from Camden, and Young Papa. But the Blue Notes will be there, and Soul Records recording group, you know, Exclusive Soul will be there. Yeah, it should be very nice, and it's always nice there. When
yes, it is.
You know, that's great. You know, and I look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, I'll be there with my blue on.
Okay, all right.
Representing the Blue Notes.
Okay, all right, that's fantastic. You know, when you were young, you know, did you ever think that you would be in the music industry or in this type of business?
Well, you know what? I always knew that I would be a singer. I'm originally from North Philadelphia, and I used to live in the 2600 block of Hollywood Street. And every night, I would sit on my steps, and I would sing a song by Lil Anthony and the Imperials. And it was like, you don't remember me, but I remember you. Was not so long ago, you broke my heart in two. Tears on my pillow, stains in my heart over you.
Yeah, so that's how you got started.
That's how I got started. And my neighbors used to actually pull their windows up at night and say, hey, little girl, sing that song again.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, so that's how I knew that I was going to be a singer. That's actually when I realized that I had a voice. When I started singing Little Anthony in the Imperial song.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
You know, how about that? That's amazing. You know, did you ever sing in the church as well?
Oh, yeah. I sang on the Met Choir, the Met Church at Broad and Poplar.
Really?
Yeah, and that was a...
that was a gigantic...
That was a gigantic choir, and we had the keyboards player name was Barry. I forget his last name. But I'm telling you, you talking about a smoking choir. If you didn't get saved, something was wrong with you. That was a hot choir, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Met on Broad.
Oh, yeah,
Broad
Reverend
Street.
Thea Jones.
Like, they took up the whole block.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
we made a joyful noise.
That was a mega church before they were having mega
That's
churches.
right, that's right. Absolutely.
You know, and then coming out of Philadelphia, I can see why you were part of the TSOP crew and MFSB.
Yes,
the
yes.
sound of Philadelphia.
Yes, yes.
You know, they always say so many great artists come out of Philadelphia.
Yes.
I say Camden and Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know, Kenny Gamble always likes to call Camden, what he say, that's just East Philly.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I was with the Mellow Moves. Yes, yes.
You know, because the Mellow Moves mostly were all from Camden.
They were all from the Mellow Moves would consist of Miss Pat Cummings, Miss Tina Thomas, and her sister Jean Thomas, which has passed away. Rest in peace. God bless her soul. And what happened? How I stumbled to get into the group, the Mellow Moves. The lead singer, Pat Cummings, she was expecting a baby, and she was getting married. So, you know, she couldn't go any further, and I heard that the Mellow Moves was looking for a lead singer. So a good friend of mine named Janelle, she came to my house. She said, listen, she said, this lady called me on the phone and said there's a group on Princess Avenue in Camden, New Jersey, looking for another lead singer for the group, the Mellow Moves, on the Philly International label. I said, oh yeah? Show me where they at.
So that's how you first wound up going around. As a matter of fact, let's take one break for a minute with a message from our sponsors, and we will be right back. And don't go nowhere.
Today's show is sponsored by Hardgrove Demolition, your demolition experts. Hardgrove is a family-owned and operated business right here in the southern New Jersey area, bringing you 45 years of demolition expertise. Hardgrove has all your demolition needs, from emergency demolition service to demolition equipment rental. Hardgrove is one of the state-approved recycling facilities right here in the southern New Jersey area. No job is too big or too small for Hardgrove Demolition. Contact them today at one of their 3 locations.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Welcome back. Soul Records presents After the Show. As I always tell everybody, it's the best show in the world. You don't want to miss it. You know, today I had on my show a very special guest, Tena Riley. As you guys know, Tena Riley has a band called the Total Package, which is a dynamic band. Before we took a break, we were talking about her being a member of the Mellow Moves, which was a group that was with Gamble and Huff, and how you met them on Princess Avenue. I lived on Kenwood Avenue, the next street over.
Yeah.
I used to always see a Huff's car, Leon Huff's car
Yeah,
on Princess Avenue. So, whatever. But anyway, so you guys were always around there practicing.
Yeah.
And that's how the Mellow Moves and you became involved and you got with the group. Because Yvette Benton and Barbara Ingram, who also, Yvette Benton, Barbara Ingram, Carla Benson, they were also part of that little circle. They used to do backup with
we
you
all
guys.
were in that little circle.
Yeah. 'Cause I remember well. This is a photograph of your band, the Total Package.
Yeah.
And you guys, I don't know if they was able to get a nice shot of this, but I guess they did. It's a very good band. I mean, you got some great musicians with your group. Let everybody know who some of them dynamic musicians are and what they play.
On drums is Mr. Michael Piper. On lead guitar is Bobby Mack. On keyboards is Michael Gabriel. My other keyboard player's name is Wendell. And on bass, believe it or not, I have DJ Jazzy's Jeff, big brother, Jimmy Townsend. That's him on the end.
Wow, isn't that so? You done took Jazzy Jeff's family, took them away from Fresh Prince or Will Smith, and now got them in your band. Which is great. Now some of the places that you guys are being, could be seen recently would be, like where somebody, I know you've been at Treasures not too long ago.
Yeah.
You have any upcoming events?
Right now, I'm trying to wait until I finish with the new play that I'm in with Mr. Benjamin Davis called Peace of Mind. So I want to, make sure, I finish the production, before I take on, any more shows. But I know there are some shows that were supposed to be being booked for me in October. So, I'm going to see what happens with that, but I want to finish the production first,
Okay. Now, where's the play going to be held at?
I won't find that out until next week, where the play is going to be. Because next week I'll be going to pick up my script and learn my lines and sign a contract with Mr. Benjamin Davis. And then he's going to give me all the information where the play is going to be held, and I'll definitely let you guys know.
Okay, yeah, you probably may want to post it on your page so the rest of the world knows, because I know you got a bunch of followers. Quite a few. Your names in the book of legends. So I mean that all all means a lot. And a lot of people may not know it, but you're also a songwriter.
Yes.
You write as well as perform and sing.
Yes.
What gave you the inspiration to write?
Well, what gives any songwriter the inspiration to write is heartbreak.
Like, oh, really?
Going through the love thing, the hurt thing, the making up thing, and that's what inspired me to write, to put my feelings down on paper and sing about it,
Okay, so like Smokey Robinson, you've been hanging a lot. Tears of a cloud, huh?
Yeah.
Well, great songwriters do have great experiences and some bad experiences. A lot of love, heartbreak experiences that make good writers. I can understand that. Ricky Style, I was kind of teasing him one day. He produced and wrote the records for Druzak on Soul Records. I told him, go ahead and get another Heartache Affair so you can write another hit song. Whenever he comes up with, some of those circumstances, he come up with a good song.
Yeah.
You know, he's also now with True, I think, which is three guys recording maybe with Butch Ingram's.
Okay,
society,
okay.
you know?
Yeah, I know Rick Styles.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's
Mhm.
also in the Chase Street movie series that we're
Okay.
doing, playing a councilman.
Yeah, you are too.
yeah, playing a judge, you're right. And that's going to be a super hit.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
You
Yeah.
know, I'm sure somewhere along the line we'll be seeing you in it.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, no question about it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you never played no instruments. You do everything else.
I tried to play keyboards in church, but I don't know. What happened was when I was in school and I was trying to learn how to play keyboards, and I think my music teacher kind of bust my bubble. He told me my fingers was too short.
Well, you know what? It might have been a good thing because you might not have been as great, fantastic singer as you are today if you were busy concentrating on those keyboards. So you know what? Just keep on singing and do what you do.
Yeah.
And everyone, I want you to know today I had on my show Tena Riley, and I will be looking to see you again soon on Soul Records Presents After the Show.
Pleasure's mine.